Hey everybody, welcome to HomeRecordingMadeEasy.com and here on my YouTube channel. And this morning we're going to take a look at the new VMR Virtual Mix Rack version 2.0 by Slate Digital that you see on the screen here in front of you. This was just released, I believe, yesterday sometime. Today is April 21st. I believe it was released on the 20th and the 19th. It just came out in the last 24 hours or so. And I wanted to go ahead and do a quick little video on it because on Facebook, there were a lot of people complaining, at least Studio One users, because I'm part of the Studio One community, obviously, that there were a lot of issues with it installing and then Studio One crashing and those sorts of things. And I wanted to give it a try myself and kind of report back to the community and how it worked for me. So as you can see, the version 2.0 is on the screen here, and we'll talk a little bit about that in a second. But before we get to that, if you like what you see in this video, hit that subscribe button below. Give me the old thumbs up. It really does help me out. Follow me on Facebook. Follow me on Twitter. And for more tips, tricks, concepts, and training around all aspects of home recording, go to HomeRecordingMadeEasy.com. And if you're not a VIP member, you need to sign up to be a VIP member. You're going to get 5 free quick mix training courses worth $110. Not to mention you're going to get special pricing and discounts and sales and webinars and all kinds of free goodies throughout the course of the calendar year, only if you're a VIP member. Those deals are not made available to the general public, so make sure you're a VIP member. Again, go to HomeRecordingMadeEasy.com. Sign up right on the homepage. You'll see it there. No fuss, no muss, and you will become a VIP member. You'll get an automated email telling you how to log into your HomeRecordingMadeEasy.com account. So enough of that. Let's get to Studio One here. So here is version 2.0. So version 2.0 looks very similar to version the first version or the last version of it. It has a little bit of a slight different GUI here, but when you load the VMR, this is the first thing you're going to see here. You're going to see what they call the classic strip. Now the big deal, I'm sure a lot of you have watched the Slate video. Stephen Slate did a wonderful job, so I'm not going to be able to outdo his video. The big thing about the VMR 2.0 is this concept of the dream strip, the pre-loaded 500 rack setup with your own channel strip configurations. And Stephen has given us about 7 of them here where, and he's named them appropriately. He's a classic strip where when you load up the VMR, the dream strip here, the block or the strip the furthest to the left near the home button is going to be the strip that's automatically going to load every time you load up the VMR. And if you, what you want to do is, if you don't like what Steven's done for you, if you want to go ahead and create your own channel strip, you can create your own, and then you can save it, and you can simply just take these little blocks and drag them to the left. So the next time I load it up, the EQ, this will be the first, this will be the channel strip that we'll see here. So let's just test that out. Now, the way you install this, by the way, before we get to that, is you have to have a Gobbler account. You go over to your Gobbler 2 account and you sign in, and you will see the installer for the update. It was pretty simple for me. I had no problems. Nothing crashed on me, so on and so forth. Again, I'm using a Mac here. I'm running the latest version of Studio One, which is version, I just updated it yesterday. Let's go back to my start screen. Version 3.56.4, I think that is. It was built on March 20th, 2018. So just so you know that. Will it work with a version earlier? It should, but just to let you know, as of the recording of this video, I have the latest install of Studio One Professional. Go back to the song page, went to my Gobbler account, signed in. There was an update notifying me that the virtual mix rack was ready to go. I updated it. It loaded, no problem. Had no crashing so far. I've only tested this briefly, so let's see. It doesn't make me a liar here as I load this. But I was able to find it in the Slate folder in my browser. It was no big deal. So anyway, now that I set my new dream strip as my default, my EQ dream strip. If I just take this and I'll put it on another track here. Let's put it on this tom track. And I will say, and here it is, you can see that the EQ strip is the one that loaded up because that was the dream strip that was all the way over to the left. And what I will say right away, and Stephen was right, this does load much faster than the old one, even with all these modules. A blank rack before didn't load this quickly. So that is a major improvement. Okay, so here we have the dream strip here. And again, they're all preloaded here. So we have an EQ strip. He has a classic strip here with a bunch of different things, another classic strip which kind of changes a couple of the modules, a vibe strip here which gives you a lot of the virtual tube collection, a couple of EQs here, the deep strip which is more for like, low end stuff. We got those appropriate modules, the extreme strip which would be more for like parallel compression, like with the Monster, which is a wonderful plugin. And then we have the mix bus strip, which again will give you all the things that you would think to use possibly with the mix bus. And then this thing over here, which I created called the blank rack, which I'm going to remove here. Let me see if I can remove this. Can I remove this? Let's see. Update, remove from Dreamstrip. Okay, so they give you, and let's go back here. They give you 7 different dream strips preloaded here, right? 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7. Now, if you want to create your own, or if you want to have a blank one because you just want to go ahead and you want to load it yourself for whatever reason, you can create an 8th one here yourself. So what you do is you just load any one of these, and let's say I want to make this a blank. I'm just going to go ahead and delete these, and I'm going to open up the rack so it's empty here. Okay, so here it is. And then if I want to go ahead and save that as my blank, I can just go to save as up here, save as, and I'm just going to call this blank strip. Okay, and then the preset name, I'll call it the same thing. Okay, and then I hit OK. And now you'll see it moves all the way over to the far right. And if I want this to be my default like it used to be prior to this release 2.0, just take this and drag this over here. And now if I close this, the next time I load up the virtual mix rack on another track, let's do it on this lead vocal. There it is. There's the blank strip. Okay, so that is a really cool feature. And then if I want to go ahead and, do this, I can do this as well. So that is really cool that they allow you to have a blank. So if you don't like what he has already preloaded, you don't have to delete all the modules and add your own. You can just create a blank and you can add them all by yourself. Or you can tweak these with your favorite channel strip and you can save them as the preset. So it just makes your workflow a lot faster. So it's really, really cool. So that's the main enhancement to this version 2.0. It loads faster. You have the dream strip where you can preset or pre-create all your different channel strips. So you have them ready to roll. So as you drag them onto your tracks, everything is already preloaded. You don't have to start all over again, which is really cool. The other couple of things that they did here up at the top, you can see the plugins here in this kind of icon list form, which is pretty cool. But as Steven continues and the Slate team continues to release plugins, this list is going to get mighty long. And so you can also search by the type. Here's all the dynamics compressors. Here's all the EQs. Here's the harmonic, the stuff. So he has it all down here. Here's the mics. If you have the VMC Classic Tube mic collection, which I don't have, that would be here. And then you have your preamps here, which is really, really cool. So that's kind of nice too. You can also search by clicking this little list button. You can search by the list instead of seeing the icon. So that makes it maybe a little bit easier for you to see things so you don't have to do any kind of scrolling. And you can also search it here as well. So that's another little enhancement to try to find your plugins a little bit quicker. And overall, it looks fairly the same. There's not much difference in the look. It just loads faster and it's got the dream strip. That's the main enhancements. I haven't really played with this other than that. I don't believe there were any new plugins that were released as part of this release, which is kind of disappointing, but Slate always does a great job at releasing at least a couple of these a year. Now, this is a free update for anyone that's an Everything Bundle user. So if you have the Everything Bundle membership subscription, you're going to get this for free as an update. And I always tell people, a lot of people ask me, as a matter of fact, I got 2 emails this morning. It's early Saturday morning, and I have to answer 2 emails today about plugins. And I get a lot of questions from students of mine who are in the stock plugin with their DAW, and they're looking to get more into some of these more analog style plugins because that's primarily what I teach, whether it's using Universal Audio or Waves or FabFilter or Slate or anybody else. And they're always asking me opinions on plugins for first time jumping into this. And I always tell everyone, and I wholeheartedly believe this, and full disclosure, Steven Slate doesn't know me. They don't pay me to say these things. This video is not for them. This is just for my students. I have no relationship with them whatsoever. But if you've been watching me for a while, or if you've seen any of my live streams, or if you've seen any of my videos on YouTube, or any of my training courses over the course of the last 3 or 4 years, you've heard me say many times the best bang for the buck jumping into these kinds of plugins for not only value, but just sound really, really great and are really easy to use is the Slate Digital Everything Bundle. For $14 a month, you get every plugin for free. All the updates are for free. And any new plugins that come out during the course of the year is free. And if you sign up during, I think it's the Black Friday, between Thanksgiving and Christmas, Slate is always running deals on that. So it ends up being more like $11 or $12 a month. And it's the best way to get into these kinds of plugins. And quite honestly, It's all you really need. I mean, if you had the everything bundle and only your stock plugins, you have everything you need. You don't need to go out and buy any other plugins from any other manufacturers. You simply don't. They have everything here. I use these all the time. You've seen me use things like, let's see if we go over to the classic strip. You see me use the VCC all the time. Every single mix I use it. Trimmer, well, they changed the trimmer too. It used to be blue, now it's black. Some people say they like the look of the blue. The black looks a little bit more rich, a little bit more slick to me, but I kind of like the blue too, Steven. But that's cool. I use Revival all the time. I use these plugins a lot. The virtual tube collection, I use all the time. And that doesn't just include the VMR, by the way, with all the everything bundle. It also includes things from the virtual mix rack. Like if you look over here in my browser, you see my Slate Digital folder. You got the FGX plugin, the virtual mix rack, FG Gray, FG Mu, FG Red, the Verb Suites Classic, which is an amazing reverb, the virtual tape machine. All of those plugins are part of the everything bundle. You can't beat that. There's no way possible. So I tell my students that all the time. If you're someone who has maybe dabbled a little in Slate or has never used it before, you're looking to get into some of these 1176 SSL and Neve stuff and console emulation and tape machines and the vintage analog style stuff. If you're looking to jump in, Slate Digital Everything Bundle is the best deal on the market, hands down. I love the plugins. I use them all the time, even though I am a tried and true universal audio guy, and those are not always, but a lot of times my go-to. But I mix my Slate stuff in with the universal audio stuff, especially the virtual console collection and the virtual tube collection. But a lot of you don't have the money for a UA rig, or that's just too big of an investment. This is a much cheaper investment, and the plugins sound amazing. There's not a bad plugin in the bunch. I got to be honest. There just isn't. I love the Slate stuff. They really do a great job. So you may want to consider that. So this is the kind of the first look again at the version 2.0 of the virtual mix rack. The dream strips are really cool. I'm going to use them. I'm going to set my own stuff up and I'm going to play with them. And maybe the next couple of mixes I do for my quick mix series and for maybe the learningtomix.com stuff, I'll use all just Slate stuff and using the dream strips here to try to do an entire mix, which would be really cool. It'll be a lot of fun to do. So that is the first look at the virtual mix rack version 2.0. I hope you found this video helpful. Again, I had no problems installing it. There were no crashes. It works with Studio One. I don't know about other DAWs. I haven't tested out Cubase yet, but I might do that and I'll shoot a video if I'm having any problems with that. So until the next video, this has been Dave with HomeRecordingMadeEasy.com. Again, go to the website, sign up for the VIP membership. Also, check out LearningToMix.com. Follow me on social media. And please, please, please share this video with others. Give me the thumbs up. It really does help. Let people know about HomeRecordingMadeEasy.com. It helps me out tremendously, and I really do appreciate it. And enjoy your new 2.0 VMR by Slate Digital. It's a lot of fun, and I'll see you guys in the next video. Take care.